Now, the lady, Rai, I hope I got her name right, is a core member serving in Lagos. And she made a video over the weekend, and that video went viral. I think it was the second video that became an issue because when she started crying and saying that was being harassed and intimidated. So
she even cried in the first video.
Yes, so here is the story. She's a Youth Corp member who had complained bitterly about the rising cost of living in Nigeria. And she had talked about the fact that every time she goes to the market, to go to the supermarket, the price of things, the prices are changing and it's very difficult to cope. And she said this is the first time she's leaving her home to live alone. And, as our Gen Z will always say, the adult thing is not adulting.
It's not adulting at all.
And she's overwhelmed. She expressed being overwhelmed by the cost of living. And I recall that as a line manager, I'd spoken to the Youth Corp members in my unit, and I asked them, I asked how they cope with how they earn. They are paid 33,000 naira by the federal government. If their place of primary assignment pays them 10,000 naira, if you put that together, that's 43,000 naira. But some of them have to get accommodation.
Right.
Some of them will have to feed
themselves.
All of them will have to feed. They will also do transportation costs, to get to work.
Another basic.
And the other things like toiletry, groceries, and that they have to buy.
Data,
and all the rest.
Electricity.
So I wonder how they cope. So I sat them down and we were talking about it, and because of the rule of they should not grant interview, blah, 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 I was wondering, so am I not going to be able to see a way to talk to these young people and to even understand their plight as a people? So I was wondering, we're discussing it and we're trying to strategize, how are we going to put this out there to say, okay, let the world know that these people are actually going through a lot of stress.
But Sean, let me ask you, is it really only the coppers who are experiencing the hardship in the country?
No, but the reason is we're looking at them and saying, okay, you are done with your university education. This is next phase that you are expected to take and get a certificate. And now you are faced with this kind of overwhelming situation where cost of living is like choking you.
It is choking. It's overwhelming.
So we're going to play what this girl said. I don't know if you have seen the video, but the video will be up on our Facebook fan page. You can go watch it. And a lot of people have been talking about it, and it has raised a lot of issues which we are going to raise on the program this morning. But let's start with her videos so we can get the attention that is required. I think this is the first video.
And I feel like if a lot of Nigerians come out and start speaking on what we are actually going through, then maybe changes will be made in the government. Don't you guys think? And this video, I just want to say to our president, I don't know if there have been any other president that is terrible, but you are such a terrible president. It is so hard. So I'm coming from the supermarket where I went to get foodstuffs, and everything has gone up again. It's just like every single week prices increase. I want to know, what is the government doing about this increment? Is there going to be a particular time where prices will stop going up? Is there going to be a particular time where things are going to go back? Guys, why am I going to get a crate of egg and they're telling me it is 6.5? It doesn't make any sense that egg will cost 6.5. Like, I literally can't remember when egg used to cost 800. And I'm so overwhelmed because this is literally my first time doing this adulthood thing alone. This is my first time moving out of my family house. This is my first time living by myself. And not just that, after I left the supermarket and I got home, my security is bringing NEPA bill, and NEPA bill has gone up by 2 times. Like, it's insane. I can't keep up with these bills. I am so overwhelmed and I'm so exhausted. Every single money that I have been making, I'm using it to pay bills. I don't even get to live properly. The craziest thing was, you want to go out to a certain location with your friends, and Uber is about 25,000. Like, even Uber, that we can't even take Uber. it is crazy. Like, why are things so expensive? And let's not even Lagos stinks. Lagos smells like shit. If you say, okay, I want to take a walk, I'm depressed, let me just take a walk, you can't even take a walk. Like, the place smells like crazy. Why does an entire state smell like this? And what is the government doing about the bad smell? Everything is just so overwhelming. You want to start up a business, and now you have to take a loan to start up a business, and the loan, you don't even know if you can actually repay it, because the business, I don't know, I'm just so tired. Like, why is no one saying anything about it? Being an NYSC copper, there's nothing beneficial about this whole NYSC thing. The money I spend on transportation is just more than the alawi the government gives me. Like, it doesn't, I can't keep up. Like, I'm so tired of this bill, and I can't keep up. I am overwhelmed, and I'm tired, I'm exhausted. It's too much, and I wish that we would start calling the government out heads on. For example, Tinubu, you are a terrible president. Like, what are you doing to help us? What are you doing to help the economy? You are so terrible. I'm so sick and tired of Nigerians acting like we are strong, and they say, oh, Nigerians, we are actually very strong. Oh, no matter how much they increase things, we still chest it. No, it is not cute. We are cowards. That is a cowardly behavior. You don't stand to ask people, oh, why is this expensive? For example, MTN, what the fuck is even going on? Literally, I spend over like 20,000 on data in a week, and I'm not even joking. 1.5 data cannot even last me for an entire day. I have to do 1.5 like 2 times a day, which is like 3,000 a day. It is too much. Like, what are you guys doing about it? Like, what is happening? I'm tired of paying bills. I feel like I don't have anything. I feel like I don't have any achievement to call my own.
She did what she said. Was she correct?
So, Sheil, the thing is,
was she real?
I think there are about 2 reasons some people are having issues with this particular outburst. One, the fact that she openly criticized the president, and being a Corp member, you're not supposed to speak ill of the government, going by the rule book. I also remember when I was serving, I declined a lot of times to speak to the camera. You know, some people you meet on the street and they'd say, oh, please, we want to interview you. What do you think about what is happening in the country? And I simply say to them, even though I'm not wearing my uniform, I'll simply tell the person, oh, I'm sorry, I'm a copper, I can't speak about this. And it wasn't me being a coward. It was simply me trying to obey the rule of the NYSC, being a copper. Now, the things that she mentioned in the video, we cannot pretend that they are not true. The issues she highlighted in the video, almost every Nigerian, the average Nigerian, is experiencing that. So those things are not the problem. Where people, I think, have a problem is how that she spoke about the president, being a Corp member, and then, of course, Lagosians, the part where she said Lagos stinks. My take on that is, you have not been to the entire state. Yes, we agree that there are some certain areas. I was born and brought up in Lagos, and where I was born and brought up, I never had the impression that Lagos stinks because it wasn't smelling, right? The area where I was brought up. But then I became an adult and I started moving around, and I realized, oh, when we get to this particular area in the state, it does smell because of a dump site there. So I do not agree with somebody saying that an entire state smells. You have not been or lived in the entire state.